there is no payments for the life of the loan. That's right. You don't make any payments for the whole 10 years of the loan, and then after those 10 years, you can have that whole loan forgiven. What's up, guys? Housing Market Morty here, and today we're gonna be talking about this crazy new loan program that is 100% financed, okay? 0% down, not the 1% down that you've heard of. And there's a 3.5% portion of the loan that actually gets forgiven. It's pretty nuts, but is it a good deal? We're gonna talk about that today in the Morty Reporty. So guys, who am I and why should you care what I have to say? Well, I'm just some random dude. I am in the mortgage industry, but I bought my house at supposedly the worst time, the peak of the market. And I'm kind of gonna be your guinea pig. And we're gonna find out together if these doom and gloomers are correct. Before we get too deep into this, know that I am not a loan originator. I'm not a financial planner, but I did want to look into what sort of loan might help us in this challenging market. Let's look at the details. I'm gonna throw up an overlay so you guys can go through this with me right here. Now, first of all, this is funded by the National Home Buyers Fund. It was established in 2002. It's a nonprofit public benefit corporation. NHF is also an instrumentality of the government, whatever that means, under tax code section 115. It's helped finance more than 45,000 homes, you guys. These purchases totaled more than $7.6 billion and provided over $400 million in down payment assistance. Now that we're past all the boring stuff, let's get into the juicy details. Look at that beautiful view, you guys, the Home Depot. Listen, let's dispel some myths about this program, okay? And again, this is not me saying this is from Essex, but I'm gonna throw it up on the screen so you can see it. This program is not limited to certain areas, okay? If you're in one of the 47 states, you're good. This is available to not just first-time home buyers. So even if you already own a home, you can buy another one with this program. You do not have to be low income to qualify for this. That's pretty awesome. And you can use your own funds in this transaction. You do not have to have exceptional credit. And supposedly it is not difficult to qualify for this loan according to Essex, you guys. You actually can make money off this transaction if you can figure out how, and it does not take longer to close supposedly. Okay guys, now we're gonna look at the overview of this DPA program, okay? This is an FHA loan. It's 100% CLTV financing, okay? Your first lien is an FHA. It's 96.5% LTV. The second lien is the DPA. It's 3.5% of your purchase price. And this is the part that's going to be totally forgiven. It can also be used for your down payment or your closing costs. So this is incredibly flexible for you. And guys, if you're in New York or Massachusetts or Washington, I feel really bad for you because you're going to have to look for something else. This is not available in those states. Now let's get into borrower eligibility, you guys. We're going to look at the guidelines here. Luckily, there are minimal overlays in this. It's pretty exciting. First of all, 600 minimum FICO credit score per borrower. 600 DU or LP approval is required, but if you get approved, there is no max DTI there. Huge deal, you guys. There is no first-time homebuyer requirement for this, guys. You can buy your second house with this program. It's crazy. A homebuyer education is required. It's a free training. It's a video series, not that big a deal. Non-occupant and co-borrowers are allowed. And of course, you have to follow agency guidelines for underwriting. Now for the loan limits, you're going to follow the FHA guides. The maximum loan amount equals conforming limit or maximum HUD county limit if less. You can exceed county loan limits by the amount of UFMIP and the second lien. Now it has to be owner occupied, you guys, but here's the loophole. You can actually use this for duplexes, 2-unit duplexes. You could live on one side and rent the other side out. That's crazy. You can use this, of course, for single family residences, manufactured homes, but they've got to be double wide. Works for PUDs, townhouses, and it works for condos as long as it's agency approved and there's no litigation. Guys, that's it. That is the end of the restrictions. Less than a page is all the restrictions I have. Shocking. Let's talk about this second lien on your house that is the 3.5% that you're going to use on your closing costs or your down payment, okay? There are two options how you can do this loan. And I'm only really going to talk about one of these options because the other one doesn't really make sense to me, okay? And that is option one. It's a 0% interest rate, 0% interest rate. There is no payments for the life of the loan. That's right. You don't make any payments for the whole 10 years of the loan, and then after those 10 years, if you still live there, you can have that whole loan forgiven. Let's just make sure we're reading this right, okay? Am I understanding this correctly? Payments are deferred, okay? No interest accrues. Loan is forgivable after 10 years if you still live on the property. If you do decide to leave the property prior to 10 years, you can just pay this off. It's no big deal. This cannot be subordinated. Neither can I. I hate being subordinate. It's amortized over 30 years, but again, it doesn't matter because there's no payment. So that's the end of this video, guys. I don't know if you can tell, but I am super nervous. This is my first video, probably not my best, but more importantly, do you think this is a good loan? Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Do you get 2006 subprime vibes from this? I don't know. I want to hear what your thoughts are. We're all learning together. Remember, I am not a loan originator. I'm just some guy, but I am surrounded by loan originators. So if you have any questions at all, I can get you with somebody who has all the answers. Feel free to send me an email, and until next time, be happy, healthy, wise, and wealthy.